Top revolutionary future technologies. In this video, we will take a look at revolutionary technologies which could completely change our world, and this information will definitely blow your mind. Quantum computers. Current modern-day computers are becoming deadlocked by Moore's law, and they will eventually be replaced by a new type of computing technology. Quantum computers utilize quantum bits, otherwise known as qubits. These qubits behave quantumly, so they have the ability to use 1 and 0 at the same time, allowing for exponentially faster calculations. However, current quantum computing is still in its infancy phase. Since qubits are notoriously tricky to manipulate and maintain, so they are not able to play Crysis or even run Windows for that matter. Only time will tell if quantum computers become a part of our everyday lives. Nano machines. We have utilized basic forms of nanotechnology with self-cleaning materials and sunblock, which reflects ultraviolet light, but this technology is still in its infancy phase, and we have only begun to discover its potential. Imagine a set of nanomachines which could destroy cancer cells or have the ability to transform a truck to a sports car. There really is no limit to what nanotechnology can do. But the main problem in nanomachines is that it does bring up a new realm of problems associated with energy and even production. And we also have to consider that nanomachines can be one of the most powerful weapons ever made, which could make it to be one of the most revolutionary and deadliest technologies at the same time. But to engineering things at now scales can also lead to new developments in metamaterials. And they are not really machines, but they are more such materials which don't occur naturally. A few examples would include a clocking device or even a super lens which gets around the probes associated with wave decay. But the application of metamaterials are basically endless. Ultimately, if we can figure out how to build and mass produce things in a now scale, it will completely change our world. Ultracapacitors. We always hear about a new battery invention every year, and it's almost comical at this point. But inventing something which supersedes existing battery technology and actually making it practical, well, that's another story. We also have to keep in mind that batteries have limited lifespans and they have lengthy charging times. That capacitors can overtake this type of technology since they can charge within seconds, endure cycles and even undergo greater temperature variations. But the only problem is that capacitors don't quite carry the same energy density as a battery. So, a car running on the equivalent weight of a capacitor would not quite get the mileage as you would on batteries. That is quickly changing, though research is being done with graphene in metal carbides to make a better capacitor which has greater energy density combined with getting the cost of capacitors down. Then we could ultimately see the capacitors replace the battery. We are immersion. It's not really that far off to think that we may just end up living in a fantasy world. If we are not already, VR immersion would obviously be able to stimulate all 5 senses, and therefore we wouldn't be able to tell the difference between real life and the VR worlds. With nearly half the population of poverty, this would be a very powerful incentive to visit VR. But this is only if the technology becomes cost viable to everyone. Obviously, this is a topic for a whole other video, and let's just hope that people are not eventually jacked into a matrix style system. But if we take a one step further, augmented reality, which superimposes images and information on the real world, may be the key to power, and it might give one person an information advantage over anyone who does not have access to the technology. Obviously, this would create more of a disparity in society, and it just shows once again that technology can be both a benefit and a detriment to our everyday lives. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. See you until the next video.